In high school, I loved my routine. Each day being very similar to the next was comforting to me. I lived in Hanover, New Hampshire, a sleepy, small town filled with a mix of college students and retired people. A normal day for me in Hanover was waking up and going to school, having basketball or football practice after school, then going home and doing homework and eating before falling asleep just to do it all again the next day. This routine made me happy, but I always felt like I wanted a bit more. When I was accepted into the NUin program, I knew that's what I was looking for. The learning experiences and adventures started as soon as the plane touched down in Thessaloniki, Greece. Being the second biggest city in Greece, I was not expecting the homey vibe that I felt almost immediately. The cheerfulness and youth of the Thessaloniki people was inspiring to me. My home for the past 3 months was the Queen Olga Hotel. The staff was friendly and the hotel's location worked well. The Queen Olga Hotel was fairly close to the downtown area of Thessaloniki where most of the activity was, but also only a quick bus ride away from the American College of Thessaloniki where I had classes. The campus was small but nice, and all my professors understood that we were there to learn, but also wanted us to be able to have the experiences we would not be able to in the States. One class I particularly liked was Greek language and culture. During the first half of class, we learned the Greek alphabet and how to speak conversational Greek. During the second half, we learned about Greece's rich history. It was interesting to find out more about the place I was living, and the locals really appreciated it when I attempted to hold a conversation with them. The Greek language and culture class helped me transition into being a part of Thessaloniki's community. Another class that helped me become part of the community was my Global Experience class. Through Global Experience class, we were provided with the opportunity to participate in service learning. I was surprised at first when the instructor introduced service learning not as community service. The instructor explained how we are getting something out of spending time volunteering as well, and that hit home with me. Unfortunately, we did not get as involved in the community as I would have liked, but some of the service learning we did had value. We painted an exterior wall of an elementary school, removed graffiti from the boardwalk, sorted shoes for a shelter, and participated in a walk against slavery. Even though these service learnings were not exactly what I was looking for, I did learn more about the community of Thessaloniki. My favorite part of Thessaloniki had to be the boardwalk. The boardwalk is the lifeblood of the city. There are always people out and about, listening to the street performers and going on bike rides. And at sunset is when the hustle and bustle of the boardwalk slows down and everything seems to relax all at once, like the whole city takes a deep breath. Thessaloniki is not only a great city to be in, but it also provided opportunity for fairly cheap travel options to other European countries. Throughout my NUin semester, my friends and I traveled out of Greece to Barcelona, Amsterdam, and Rome. We visited Barcelona over our fall break. During our trip, the Catalan independence movement was in full force. We were in Barcelona when the Catalonian parliament voted to separate from Spain. This resulted in cheerful celebration and lots of excitement while we were there. In Amsterdam, we got to experience the fascinating Van Gogh Museum and the beauty of Vondel Park. Rome was my favorite trip I had the opportunity of taking. During this trip, I was able to visit all of the biggest ruins in Rome and eat a whole bunch of pizza and pasta. The biggest part of what made those trips so fun was being with a great group of friends. It's quite unique to study abroad during your first semester of college. I believe that it takes a different kind of person to decide to do so. This difference stems from being adventurous and open to everything. All of my friends being like-minded in that way really added to my experience. My friends would always be up for an adventure, whether it be a run on the boardwalk or a fancy 10-person family dinner in Barcelona. I never felt like I was the only one who wanted adventure. Overall, I had an unforgettable experience studying abroad. I broke out of my normal routine and I am much better for it. Thessaloniki provided a great home base for all of my travels, and there was always something to do there. The highlights of my trip came from my travels throughout Europe. However, the most important things that I have taken away from the NUin program are the friends that I have made. Travel breaks down barriers and builds relationships. Please travel.